actual heck, Brittany? I cannot believe you right now. How could you trick me like this? I feel so betrayed right now. You have literally no idea how furious I am at you. What were you thinking? You know that I'm the much prettier of the two of us. How could you let this happen? Whoa. Where is all of this coming from all of a sudden? What do you mean I betrayed you? I didn't do anything like that. What are you talking about? You didn't trick me. Don't play dumb with me. I heard all about how you're getting married. So how do you explain that, huh? Wait, what? Who told you that? Mom said that she had some big news that she wanted to share, so I went to her place because she wanted to tell me about it in person. And I bet you can imagine my shock when the news was that you were getting married. You never even once told me that you were planning on getting married. How could you? How is that not a betrayal? What? How is that even remotely close to a betrayal? Anyways, Mom definitely does not have the full picture, and it was not her place to be telling you that in the first place. But who could you be getting married to? It's just unacceptable. I won't stand for it. I can't believe that you've made me feel this bad. How could you do this to your own sister? And now, thanks to you, I've wasted my whole weekend going to Mom's place. Wait, hold on for just a second and let's talk this out. What about me getting married has got you so upset? I don't understand why you're being so mean to me over something like this. This is good news for me, so I don't see why you're feeling so slighted just from hearing it. What else do you think I'd feel at the news that you were getting married, huh? I mean, how else did you think I'd react to the news that my ugly older sister is gonna get married before I will when I'm the pretty one who's had boys flocking around her ever since she was little? How could you even think of doing something like that? What is wrong with you? An ugly girl gets one lucky break and suddenly you think you're queen of the world or something. Excuse me, I seriously have no idea what you're talking about right now. I am talking about how you are daring to get married before me. Have you not picked up on that yet? I am the pretty sister. I'm 1,000 times prettier than you will ever be. Do you hear me? I have a good sense of style, and never once have I not had a boyfriend. But now you're telling me that an ugly duckling like you is going to get married before a beautiful swan like me? Seriously? What is your problem right now? Why do you keep calling me ugly? There is no call for that. And I'm getting married because I was proposed to by someone who cares a lot for me. Oh, please. I bet the only man you could land would have to be at least as ugly as you are, if not more. Besides, I don't care at all if you got married, but what I care about is the order. How do you expect me to stand by and let my ugly older sister get married before I do? I won't allow it. You're upset about the order that we're getting married in. That's stupid. And besides, it's not like anyone gives you a prize or anything for being the first sibling to marry. What did you say? You think the order is stupid? The order is all that matters here, and it's obvious the prettier of the sisters should be the first to get married. And it's even more obvious that someone as ugly as you should get married way later. I deserve to get my happiness before you do. I'm the pretty one. Are you okay? This is just some pretty delusional stuff you're spouting here. Oh, really? Fine, go ahead. See what happens if you try and get married before I do. Don't you know how sad that'll make me look to others? People will wonder what's wrong with me that I haven't gotten married yet. How are people gonna look at us when they see that the ugly one is getting married and that I still don't even have a ring on my finger? I'll tell you how they're gonna look at us. They are gonna think that you won and that I lost. Thanks to you, nobody is gonna think that I'm worth anything as a woman now. Literally? What are you even talking about right now? I think you need some serious psychiatric help, Jenny. Shut up, you dumb ugly cow! You are finished, do you hear me? Finished! What? Are you really calling me names over something as stupid as this? Please, Brittany, I just have one favor to ask. Can you please talk to your fiancé and postpone your wedding? That's all I want. Please, I'm begging you. Just wait until after I get married to have your wedding. No, seriously, what is your problem? What kind of request is that to make of someone? You can't just ask that. But why not? Please. I'm asking you politely. Come on. Are you really gonna deny your adorable stunner of a little sister this one little thing? You're the ugly one. You have to do what I say. You have seriously gone off the deep end. I don't even know what to say to you. Yes, it is true that of the two of us, you are clearly the better looking one. Your skin has always been flawless and smooth, and you've always had a good sense of fashion. But if you think that is any kind of reason that people have to do what you say, then I really think you might be beyond help. I am going to get married on the date that me and my fiancé agree on, and I'm not going to let a selfish, mean woman like you try and change my mind otherwise. You can't do this to me! How can you be so cruel to your own little sister? You have to do what I say. And that means that if I say you postpone your wedding, then you will wait until I give you permission to have it again. Do you understand? I can't be having my ugly older sister thinking that she could actually just disobey whatever I say.
Hey, Brittany, did Jenny reach out to you to talk recently?
Yes, she did actually. Apparently, she did not take the news that I'd be getting married too well. In fact, she took it really badly. She asked me to postpone the wedding until after she gets married.
I see. So then she already messaged you about that then?
I'm guessing based on your response that she also said something to you too?
I actually only told her that I had some big news to tell her, and then she just flew off the handle. And then she told me that I'd have to get on my knees and beg her for forgiveness.
What? Are you serious? Don't tell me that you actually did what she said.
Of course I did. I did just that. Got on my knees, put my hands together, and told her how sorry I was. She told me that I should have told her about your plans a long time ago, and that it was my fault that she got so upset and felt so hurt by everything.
Mom, that's not something that you should have to apologize for, especially not so profusely. You know that when you do what she says, that it only pushes her to act in a more and more controlling manner, right?
But it really is true, isn't it? It's all my fault that my precious little baby's feelings got hurt. It is my job as her mother to protect her from unnecessary shocks.
Mom, I really don't even know what to say to that.
Actually, that brings me to the real reason I'm messaging you, Brittany. I have something that I need to ask of you. Can you please do what your sister asked of you and postpone your wedding?
Excuse me, you've got to be kidding me.
Please. Your sister is still here at the house, but she's been bawling her eyes out all day. She's just so upset that you're going to be getting married before she does. She's been in the same spot on the couch all day crying her poor little heart out. And as her mother, seeing my poor little girl like that, well, I just can't help but pity her. So please, I'm just asking you to do as she says.
What? No, Mom, what are you talking about? Of course I'm not going to do that. I actually cannot believe that you're taking her side in this. Are you really asking me to postpone my wedding right now? If anyone should be being pitied right now, it's me, don't you think? What are you thinking?
Come on now, Brittany. It's not like I'm asking you to break up with Eric or anything like that. It's just this one favor for your sister. Just postpone your wedding and hold off on having it until Jenny gets married first. Is that really so much? And don't go to the courts and get legally married or anything like that either. That would just upset your sister.
You have got to be kidding me right now. I can't believe what you're saying. I only told you today that Eric and I were going to be married. We aren't even planning on actually having the ceremony until we find a decent place to hold it and make the other arrangements. But now you're telling me that I need to put my whole life on pause just because Jenny's upset over something as stupid as me getting married first? But you know how your sister gets about these things. She'd just be devastated if you got married before she did. Please, as the older sibling, just have a little patience, just this once. Mom, you cannot be serious about this. This is crazy.
You do know that poor little Jenny has been crying and crying and crying all day because of this, don't you? Don't you have any kind of sympathy for your little sister? I mean, the whole reason Jenny's so upset is because you're getting married in the first place. Mom, what are you even talking about? This is all insane. Are you really trying to make me out to be the bad guy because I'm getting married? That's crazy. This should be a happy thing. How are you not upset that this is how your daughter reacts to her older sister getting engaged? Jenny, I can understand, but you? Mom, I really cannot believe that you're actually asking this of me. I'm not trying to say that anyone is the bad person here, sweetie. Just that your poor little sister is so upset, and this is the only way to fix it. You're the older sister, and that means that you have to take care of Jenny. You know, I'm really sick of you using that as an excuse to make me do whatever she wants whenever she wants it, Mom. I've been putting things aside, changing my life plans, and adjusting everything according to what Jenny wants ever since I was a little girl. And you and Dad always took her side in everything and just enabled this behavior from her. All my life, you've just made me subordinate myself to whatever Jenny wants and never once took my feelings into consideration, and I've always hated it. Brittany, come on now. You really shouldn't be so selfish. It isn't all about you, you know. All we're asking of you is that you postpone your wedding for a few years, that's all. I'm sure in that much time that Jenny will find someone who'll marry her by then. No, Mom, it's my life, and I'm going to finally live it how I want to. Do you understand? And I certainly won't be doing whatever my selfish sister and her obedient mother ask of me. Eric and I are going to get married according to our own feelings and not anybody else's.
Brittany! Did you do as I said and postpone your wedding? Did you talk to Eric and get him on board too?
No, Jenny, I did not actually. My wedding is happening when we choose it to, and at the end of the month on our anniversary, we're going to the court to be legally wed. We even found a good place to hold the actual ceremony once we get everything else arranged.
What? What are you saying? You mean you didn't do what I told you to? Do you really think it's wise for someone as ugly as you to go against what I tell you? And now you're telling me that you even found a place to get married? What is the meaning of this? Do you really want to get married before me that much? What is wrong with you?
What are you talking about? This whole conversation is just insane. Do you really think that just because you're cute that the whole world has to bend to your will whenever you want?
Of course. Not like an ugly cow like you could ever understand what this is like, though. But all right, if that's how you're going to be, then I guess I have no choice. I guess I'll just have to sabotage your wedding.
What? Are you being serious right now? What is wrong with you?
What's the matter, Brittany? You haven't seen anything yet. I promise you that. In fact, I think I'll start with a simple problem that be cut through with an ordinary pair of scissors. Now, let's find out what kind of rags you were planning on wearing to your wedding.
Wait, hold on just a minute now. What are you saying? Are you going to do something to my wedding dress?
Oh, look, I found it in your room. What to do? What to do? I warned you not to ignore me, but did you listen? No, you just had to keep plodding towards your wedding, completely ignoring my feelings. Well, now you'll see what happens to people who disobey me. I took it home with me, too.
What? What are you saying right now? You are kidding me. Did you just break into my apartment?
Break into your apartment? Come on, you shouldn't be talking about me as if I'm some kind of criminal or something. I'm just your sweet, innocent little sister who went to her big sister's place looking to have some fun is all.
Jenny, you better put my dress back where you got it from and get out of there right this instant. If you do that immediately, I promise that I'll forgive you for this and it can all be over now.
Oh, I'll put it back, but I'm afraid that it's in a very different state than you last left it in. I told you I found a problem that could be solved by an ordinary pair of scissors, didn't I?
You cannot be serious. Are you out of your mind? You're basically insane.
Now you will have to postpone your wedding. You have no other choice. How can you have a wedding if your wedding dress is in tatters, huh?
What is wrong with you, Jenny?
I I didn't even do anything to you. How could you do this? Do you know how expensive that dress is? And just how the heck do you expect to pay for what you've done?
What? You think I'm gonna pay for tearing up those rags? As if. Besides, the only person who's paying here is you for how selfish you were being. I told you that the ugly sibling needs to get married after the pretty one, but you wouldn't listen. Now that I've ruined your pathetic dress, though, you'll have no choice but to do like I said and postpone your wedding.
But you do know that my wedding wasn't going to happen until next year, right?
Wait? No. What do you mean by that?
Why do you think I was doing the preparations so slowly? And that dress, it was just a test dress that I borrowed from the bridal shop to try on. And now you've gone and ruined it. I really didn't think you had it in you, but you really did it.
Wait, no, that can't be right. What do you mean test dress?
I literally just explained it. It's a dress you borrow from the bridal shop to try and get an idea of how it fits and what adjustments might need to be made. But that was never going to be the dress that I was actually going to wear on the day of the wedding.
No, wait, that can't be right. What are you talking about?
Do you know anything about modern weddings? You have to start planning way in advance, and one of the things you need that time for is to collect all the measurements for the dress. I had to wait a long time for the bridal shop to have an available test dress that I could borrow, since they have weird rules such as only being able to borrow it for a day or only being able to borrow 3 dresses at a time. So, there was finally an opening, and the bridal shop sent me that dress today.
And so that means that the dress I tore was the test dress?
Yes, that's what I've been trying to tell you. Look, there are a bunch of different styles of wedding dresses. For example, this bridal shop had a princess style or a slightly more mature mermaid style. And you can borrow from these styles to try them on and make sure that you're certain about the style you want before you make your purchase. But the only dress they had available to send me was their simple style dress. But they said that this would be the first of a few styles they'd share with me so that I could find an appropriate style that I enjoy. And then if I find a style that I did like, then I'd only put in an order for the dress after that.
So then you mean that dress really wasn't the one you were going to wear on the day of your wedding? Which means that I went through all the trouble of breaking into your room and taking it and ripping it to shreds with scissors in my hands, and it was all for nothing?
That is exactly what I'm saying. I guess your plan to exact your revenge on me really blew up in your face.
No, this can't be. You're kidding me.
I am not. And I was not kidding about making you pay for the damages you caused either. I am going to call the bridal shop and explain what happened and that you were going to pay for the stupid action you just did.
What? What do you mean? You're really going to make me pay for the damages? How much could it be?
Of course I am. That dress wasn't even mine in the first place. It belongs to the bridal shop. You destroyed someone else's property. Of course you're going to pay for the damages.
But that isn't fair. I never knew it wasn't your dress. I thought you'd gone out and bought it. Once I saw you had a dress, I thought that meant that you were about to get married. But now you're telling me that you're actually going to get married next year? That means it was all just a mistake, don't you see? There are no bad guys here.
Jenny, that isn't even a remotely good excuse for the things that you've done. You need to take responsibility for your actions. I'll talk to you again once I hear back from the bridal shop about how much it'll cost you. Make sure you get the money ready. Hey, Brittany, what is going on? Jenny just came home and she was bawling her eyes out. I've never seen her this upset. What did you do to your sister to make her so upset? Haven't you caused her enough pain already? Excuse me? Mom, what are you even talking about? Are you really going to try and make your little sister pay for your wedding dress just because she wanted to borrow it to try it on? I mean, honestly, haven't you put Jenny through enough? First, you don't postpone your wedding after she practically begged you, and now you're trying to make her pay for your dress? Honestly, how could you be doing something so cruel? What are you talking about, Mom? Who do you think is in the wrong here?
Did you know that Jenny went at my dress with a pair of scissors and ripped it apart? Of course I'm gonna make her pay for ruining that dress. But it was a cheap dress. Certainly you can just pay for it. Jenny says that she barely touched it and it just fell apart. What? And you believe that? Have you seen the dress? If you really think that she did that just by touching it, I'd really be careful about ever touching Jenny again. Enough of all this nonsense. You shouldn't have gotten such a cheap, fragile dress in the first place. When you rent something, you have to be prepared for the worst possible outcome. Mom, you literally have no idea what you're talking about right now. For one, I was not even renting that dress, do you understand? Secondly, Jenny broke into my apartment and took the dress without even asking me. What are you saying? Jenny told me that she asked you politely if she could borrow it. Well, that was just a really bad lie, Mom. Jenny broke into my place and then tore the dress apart with a pair of scissors. What are you saying? There is no way that my precious little girl would ever do something as awful as that. Well, she did, so I recommend you listen to me. Besides, I have proof that I can send to you later. I'm sure that once you see it, you will finally believe me. Proof? What do you mean, proof? I'm talking about the auto lock that's on my apartment's door. Jenny had to smash it apart to break into my place. But the building's security camera captured everything that she did clear as day. And cameras I had set up in my room captured her very clearly coming in, taking the dress, and making her escape. No, Jenny wouldn't do something like that. Not only did she do that, but the whole time that she was there, the building manager was there, and the building called to tell me what happened right away. He told me that he would make a copy of the building's security camera footage and send it to me as soon as he could. So, as soon as I have that, I can show you, and then maybe you'll finally believe me when I say that your so-called perfect, precious daughter is not the person that you think she is. No, you're wrong. My sweet little Jenny would never do something like that. I just asked her and she says that there's no way that someone as cute as her would do something like that. I think that pretty soon you'll see that Jenny is so much more than she appears to be. Anyways, I'll send you the footage once I have it and you'll see then.
Are you freaking serious? You really expect me to pay $15,000 for that dress? There is no way that a test dress costs that much. That's ridiculous.
I am not the person that you should be complaining about that to. If you have a problem, then you should take it up with the bridal shop. If you think it isn't worth that much, then you should call the company and take it up with them.
I already tried to do that, though. And they told me that if I didn't pay it, then they'd call the police on me. Who do they think they are trying to tell me what to do? If they want that kind of money from me, then they're gonna have to ask a lot nicer.
Jenny, literally, who the hell do you think you are? Do you even realize how nice the company was to let you get away with only having to pay the fee and nothing else?
But there is no way that I can afford to pay $15,000. You should pay it all instead. I'm not gonna give them a single cent.
What? Are you being serious right now? That would be a big mistake.
But I didn't even do anything wrong in the first place. All I did was make a simple mistake in thinking that the test dress was actually your dress. Who could blame me for that? Wait, I just thought of something. What if, instead of paying for the dress, I just agree to work for them as a dress model?
You want to be a wedding dress model?
Of course! How could they resist having such a beauty like me offering to model for them for free? I'll pay off that $15,000 in no time. They have no idea how lucky they are to have someone as cute as me offering to model for them for free. I'm sure they'd be more than happy to accept that deal.
You are literally so delusional, Jenny.
And I'll make them promise to give me a dress for when I get married too. I'm dating a lawyer, so he'll be sure to make it work. In fact, I think he's gonna propose to me soon. It'll only be a matter of time until the wedding comes after that. And when that happens, I'll already have a dress secured from the bridal shop. Basically, I'll turn myself into a future customer of theirs. And because the customer is king, there's no way they'll follow through on trying to collect all of that money.
I really don't see things going that way for you, but okay. I'm sure that your boyfriend is about to dump you, and I seriously doubt that the bridal shop will let you get away with your plan.
What? What makes you say that? Why would he dump me?
Why? Because my landlord is your boyfriend's grandma, that's why. Once she sees your face, she's gonna make him dump you.
Wait, what? What do you mean?
Well, the landlord and I became rather good friends after we bonded over you breaking into my apartment. And one day she was telling me about her grandson and she showed me a picture and I immediately recognized him.
Wait, no, hold on a second. How do you even know what my boyfriend looks like?
Because when I went to Mom and Dad's place to tell them that I was engaged, Mom showed me a picture of him and told me all about him. You do know that Mom always shows me photos of your boyfriends whenever you make a new one.
But no, you can't have seen him. This has to be a mistake. It's just a coincidence. It couldn't have been him.
That is what my building manager thought at first too. But when I asked Mom for a bit more information about your boyfriend and told her about it, she said that it had to be him. And once she confirmed it was him, she said that she would need to sit him down and have a long talk.
Wait, no, what could that even mean?
And she did. And she told me that he thanked her for telling him and apologized to her profusely. He said he had no idea what kind of person you really were.
Wait. I just got a text from my boyfriend telling me that he has a really important thing he wants to talk to me about. Oh no, what should I do? What do you think it could be? Do you think he's calling to break up with me?
If I had to guess, I'd say so. The chances that he'd be texting you to propose after everything that happened are pretty slim, I guess.
No, you're lying. This can't be happening. I finally find a guy who meets all of my standards and who I get along so well with. And now you try to ruin it with your lies?
Anyway, good luck paying off that dress and good luck talking to your boyfriend. After that, Jenny's boyfriend told her that he could never date someone who was crazy enough to do what she did, and they ended up breaking up. His grandma, my landlord, said that she would be filing a report to the police against Jenny. Both of my parents came to my apartment to beg and plead to not get the police involved and even promised to pay for any damages she caused. So, between the dress and the apartment, Jenny ended up using all of her savings. And that's when my parents told their favorite daughter that the neighbors were starting to talk and rumors were spreading and that they didn't want her coming home anymore. Now Jenny is just desperately trying to find someone to marry her before my wedding, but nobody seems interested in getting together with such a crazy, desperate woman. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.